Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel once again, and this is going to be another wrestling match review. So, it's not often in life where we get to meet our idols or our influences when it comes to things, but it truly is a magical moment when it does happen. But what happens when not only do you get to meet your idol, but you get to face against them in the ring? I'm of course talking about Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 18 or WrestleMania 19, I should say. WrestleMania 19. My apologies. But as always, I'm not a professional wrestling reviewer, analyst, or anything like that. Just a man who enjoys a good time, and I definitely had a really good time watching this match. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So if you've seen these reviews of mine before, you kind of already know how this works. If you haven't, let me talk about what I liked and disliked about the match. So starting with what I both men definitely capable of putting on a great match, and both men I definitely think do put on a really solid match. And keep in mind, this is Shawn Michaels' first WrestleMania match since his retirement in 1998. Of course, Shawn Michaels uh, had a lot of back problems. By the time 1998 rolled around, plus he was at the height of his like drug addiction and everything. So he went into early retirement, and but of course he found clean, became born again Christian, and so returned in 2002, but having his first WrestleMania match back, and of course with Shawn Michaels being Mr. WrestleMania, of course, there's having him back at WrestleMania here, and I think for his first match back at WrestleMania, that is a is I think they picked a solid opponent in Chris Jericho, and of course, as my little opening spiel gave away, that's kind of the crux of this match. Like the story of this match is that Jericho definitely idolized Shawn Michaels. Jericho cited Shawn Michaels as being one of like his influences when it comes to wrestling and everything, and so but now Jericho has outgrown Shawn. He feels that he's better than Shawn, and so now he has vowed to put an end to Shawn Michaels' career. Good luck with that, Jericho. But nevertheless, as as they do who they do play into that at with Jericho and Shawn having very kind of similar styles, kind of having that high flying, having for the most part pretty much like high flying, exciting, fast paced offense. Excuse me. Although with Jericho, it's a bit more on the technical side, but of course, Chris Jericho known for his technical wizardry and everything. But yeah, so they're telling the story throughout Jericho. Going after Shawn, wanting to prove he's better than Shawn, including attempting to put away Shawn with his own sweet chin music. Jericho tunes up the band and hits the little shuffle before nailing Shawn with less of a super kick and more of like almost like a thrust kick, like stepping into it, almost like how Shelton Benjamin, or even for a more modern example, Carmelo Hayes, how they kind of do their super kick slash like thrust kick. But yeah, Jericho trying to push Shawn away. Hey, but Shawn not having it fighting back against Jericho, trying to fight against him, go against the grain, including Shawn nailing switching music of his own, which JR says, that's the original. Well, not the one Jericho did. That's the original. Gentleman Chris Adams would like a word, but obviously I know what he means by original, but yeah. But anyway, hey, so including Shawn nailing the sweet chin music on Jericho. But those taunts and everything from Jericho to Shawn, like wanting to prove he's better than them, including like the cocky pin and everything, and I think translates well into this match. Ultimately, Shawn on picking up the win, and the wily veteran, at least he's in terms of this match, Shawn on getting the win, and kind of with a more of like a roll up type of move, which it's kind of a surprising way to end the match, but it just goes to show kind of the craftiness of Shawn. Between this and SummerSlam 2002, Shawn with the crafty pins and onto Jericho and everything, and they even did like the back and forth pin spots, like where Shawn goes one way, Jericho goes the other way, or it might be the other way around. It's funny because they would end up doing that exact same spot when they battled in the Elimination Chamber match at No Way Out 2008. Go check out that review from way back when, and if you're curious to learn more about that. But so I guess that was a callback to this spot here. But yeah, but afterwards, there's how things emotional. Jericho crying, embracing Shawn on Shawn. Shawn does go for the handshake. Jericho, hugs him, gives him a hug, and Jericho low blows Shawn on afterwards. So Jericho being a bit of a sore loser there, and saying I'm still better her than. And actually a little interesting tidbit here in the wiki here, kind of the wiki for reference, kind of more so for the aftermath and everything, to see some of the after her some of the stuff that happened afterwards with this, but while I can't necessarily find anything on if the feud continued between Shawn and Chris Jericho after this point, interesting tidbit. I'm going to read the expert from the wiki here. It says most of the critics rated Jericho versus Michaels as the match of the night, which it's considering WrestleMania 19. Honestly, that is a very strong. That is a very strong. I'd say that's a solid choice for match of the night. It's probably either that or maybe Rock Austin or maybe Brock versus Angle. But if you pick Shawn versus Jericho as match of the night, I don't think anybody blame you. But this is the interesting part I want to read. It says most of the critics rate Jericho versus Michaels as the match of the night. Kazuchika Okada stated that he learned so much from that match. Jericho reported that Michaels viewed it as the best match of the night and a 5-star match. Jericho himself called it one of the best matches in Mania history, and it definitely is arguable. When a lot of people do think of classic WrestleMania matches, this one comes to mind, and just for the story being told, the action throughout, and of course that iconic gear from Chris Jericho. And even despite Shawn with the kind of pyro / confetti gun botch on the way down to the ring, still I would say a really solid match. So if you consider it to be the best match from WrestleMania 19, I don't think anybody would blame you, because it is a really solid match, and I definitely do recommend checking it out. If I did have to nitpick a little bit, it perhaps Shawn not quite ending it with the finisher, like the sweet chin music. So he nails the sweet chin music on Jericho, but then takes a while to cover her, and then Jericho does power up because Shawn took too long. Man, maybe Booker T should have taken some notes from that match, although Booker's match was before that one. Booker's match against Triple H. Yeah, or actually, no, actually, never mind. The match with Booker was immediately right after. So not only did they kind of do the same spot twice, but then Booker didn't kick out from the other one. So yeah, Booker probably should have taken some notes from that match, but that's honestly a whole nother ball of wax, and we'll definitely cover it at some point on the channel. But yeah, so nevertheless, Jericho powering out, and the roll up, like I said, it kind of ties into Shawn getting kind of the clever win, kind of similar to what he did at SummerSlam, but like the definitive finisher, I think probably would have been. This isn't really too much of a con or like a negative thing about the match, or so just something being pointed out. So it's kind of a non-point in that regard. But yeah, definitely go check out this match. I definitely do recommend it, and if you are curious. And it's funny because as Sammy Guevara would then do pretty much the same thing in like last year here to Jericho when they faced 1-on-1, including Sammy wearing kind of like the trunks inspired from Jericho's gear here, just to also turn on Jericho. Also, I guess that was a dead giveaway to what happened. But yeah. So for Shawn's first WrestleMania match back, I think they picked the right opponent, and these two definitely tore the house down. Definitely, he had a really solid match, and definitely a classic in a lot of regards. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see as soon as it drops, and let me know in the comments what your thoughts on the match, my review of the match. Do you like the match? Do you like my review of the match? Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. We're obviously going to be continuing our WrestleMania reviews all throughout the month of March, and while the tier list that I have for Sundays, obviously that's going to come out on Sunday, the tier list isn't necessarily it's somewhat linked to WrestleMania, but in kind of an interesting way. But we will get to that when we get to that. But yeah, so we're continuing the WrestleMania celebration all month long. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.